51-48, a precarious 3-point lead for the Quezon City UP Fighting Maroons as they try to get win number 1 against the Marikina Wangs Ball Club out of great defense that they showed there in the third period, but again, good defense going the other way now for Marikina Wangs.
And here are the part of the closers of this UP team.
Yeah, Barcar is back.
Yes, yeah. Tecoju's there. Of course, at the 5 spot to provide for rebounds.
They move it around. Labing isa. Lobs it inside. That's a great play. That's Pineda.
It's great control from Pineda. He was about 5 feet away from the basket, my friend.
That's a good
dive.
Everybody diving for the ball. Labing isa. And it is last touch by Abarcar. Good defense by Labing isa.
Again on the floor, Francis Abarcar diving for that loose ball, and he gets again a couple of elbows, but this is nice alley-oop play to Pineda.
Right.
Great control.
Montemayor gets it. Labing isa sets it up once again. Labing isa lets it fly. Yes! 3-pointer, and he shakes him off as well.
Naaalala mo si Jerome Cueto.
I was about to say Mark Jackson, but you're going way old school now. The lead now belongs to Marikina Wangs. Abarcar.
Even the release, it's not like a full stroke, it's like a half
Sean Marion or something like that. Tecoju, nice fake. Tecoju can't get it to go. Rebound Montemayor, and here comes Marikina Wangs trying to protect this 2-point lead.
Neither Tecoju should finish baskets like that. It should be automatic for him.
And a wild shot put up there by Labing isa. Coquilla, not really a point guard. Jumper from the baseline, a confidence stroke for Romero.
Romero, no? Not a lot of points from him, but really making us feel his presence. Only 4 points, but he's getting rebounds, he's making stops, he's diving for loose balls.
Ragasa asking for it, but it goes inside to Montemayor. And 3-pointer not there.
I don't know about the possession for Wangs, my friend.
Right.
Power forward, firing up a 20-footer.
There's Abarcar. Abarcar goes cross-court, finds Coquilla for 3. No. Rebound picked up once again by Wangs. Labing isa into the front court. Inside to Ragasa, read well. As Abarcar comes away with it, and a foul in the backcourt. Called against Rivas.
They're doing the right thing. UP getting the ball in the hands of their best player, Francis Abarcar. Siya na magbababa ng bola.
You can see the 3 big men for Wangs just laughing it up after that last foul. So Abarcar and Espanola, you got 2 gunners on the floor now for UP. Espanola will assume the point guard chores. Lionel Tecoju,
Francis Abarcar is like a combo guard. He can go 1, he can go 2 as well.
Right. Abarcar on the drive. Drops it off to Tecoju. Everybody going down, and there is a foul given up by Ragasa. Montemayor was taken out actually by Abarcar.
A little bit scary for Francis Abarcar because that was the 6'6" Montemayor. Pwede siyang maipit. No, he could get crushed by this big guy.
Montemayor will sit down as we take a look at this last play once again.
Oh, lost his feet, then you see.
Well, he took him out though.
Could be very dangerous, no?
And Montemayor, we all know he's not really a dirty player, so he just tried to avoid Abarcar on the ground. And Lionel Tecoju now at the free throw line. Tecoju had a good stroke from about that distance earlier. Missed on the first free throw. Of course, Tecoju is actually technically, Jolly, the only returning player for the UP squad.
Ah, okay.
Because when UP won the championship in the first conference, it was Team A that saw action. And Tecoju was part of that because they still hadn't made a decision on which foreign student that they would field in. Eventually, they chose Sheikh Kone to be in Team A, so he has been relegated to Team B.
He's playing in the UAAP.
He's playing in the UAAP, right. So, right now, Tecoju is the only returning player for UP. Afable tries a magic trick, doesn't work. Here's Ragasa now. They will reset it as Monsayak is back in the game. Afable going inside. Too much traffic there, and a traveling violation is called.
I think Razon thought he had the basket, no?
And Barcar is making a point to our referees that there are too many elbows flying. Pablo Lucas asking for more defense, and he gets it. John Ragasa has done a lot of silent things defensively to break up plays, and he does it again.
But this is what Wangs has to do. No, you get the feeling that they were kind of relaxing in the beginning because
they had a big lead.
Like it was a young UP team. They can relax, but no.
Right. Monsayak throws it away. Abarcar now in the front court. Easy layup.
Perfect pass, perfect layup. He didn't even have to dribble the ball. Francis Abarcar, another 2 points for him. He has a total of 23.
And UP now up by 3 once again. Pascual, Ragasa hasn't really been looking for a shot. Now he does. And he will miss. Battle for the rebound. Picked up by Jay Pascual, and 2 players from UP acknowledging the foul.
That's the value of Tekoju right there, partner. Very big, wide guy for Jet Rivas, for Wangs. But
well, Ragasa will sit down, yeah.
The resistance is there from Tekoju underneath the basket.
There's Afable going over to Monsayak. Monsayak gets it outside. Pascual missing. And the rebound picked up once again by UP. Española now in the front court, leaving it at the last second. Great defense, but a foul is called on Pascual. And again, you're trying to block somebody who's 6'5". That's kind of hard.
Yep. Those long arms from Raymart Sablan.
Yeah, look at that great drop
part of
pass.
the ball though, but
yeah,
a little bit of the arm. So yeah, really going to be a foul.
Sablan missing on his first free throw. Boy, he has really struggled from the line today.
3 of 7 from the free throw line, which is kind of uncharacteristic because of that nice left-handed stroke.
3 of 8 from the free throw line. That's something he needs to work on. Monsayak now in the front court. 3 on 2. Suddenly, Monsayak all the way.
Who does he remind you of?
I say Monretaga, the first first guy that came into mind was Monretaga out of PCU. Probably even Jack Santiago if you look at it.
Yeah, those wide body point guards.
And Monsayak will be called for a foul. He's saying that Abarcar kicked him. So we got 2 free throws. It was a 2 by Abarcar, and Abarcar saying he was taking a triple, but referees are going to say 2 free throws. So 23 in the game.
Monsayak and coach having some words over
Moriah
here.
Gingerich. Well, yeah, they come over and hug each other. Moriah Gingerich, I don't know if he's ever had an argument with anyone.
One of those cool coaches.
Right. Let's go, of course, the former captain of the UP Maroons as well. So 2 free throws made. So it is now 57-55 in favor of the Maroons. Monsayak, 0 for 6 from beyond the arc.
Tekoju doing what he does best.
Right.
Only 1 attempt for Wangs that time, making sure of the defensive board.
This is foul number 4 on Jay Pascual. And
not good. Not good for Wangs, my friend.
That puts them over the limit as well. And you're going to have the very reliable Francis Abarcar at the free throw line. As I say that, he makes it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Good to my word.
Sorry. I thought
true to my word.
Roll out of the rim, and I was going to have a big laugh.
Yeah, he's actually a very consistent free throw shooter.
Very good call, Mr. Noel Zalazar.
59-55 in favor of the Maroons. We have a timeout. We will be back. Stay with us. It's sort of like the slugfest between the 2 guards as we thank our friends, of course, from the Filsports Basketball Association. Please follow them on Facebook. And another turnover, Española, Abarcar, 25 in the game, or 27 in the game. I made that 28 in the game.
Friend.
Yeah.
And then we have a nice number here from our friend. Labing Isa, 17 points, Pineda, 7 points, Monsayak, 6 points altogether. Guards of Wangs, 30 points, as against only Abarcar, 28 points.
And Abarcar I was about to say that it's a great matchup between him and Labing Isa. Labing Isa with 17, but again, that pales in comparison
Yes.
to what Abarcar has done. UP getting it once again. Abarcar with a great pass to Tekoju.
Wow. Not only can he shoot the ball, he's a great passer as well. Very nice pass to Tekoju.
And an 8-point lead now for the Maroons. They were down by 3 just a few moments ago.
Tekoju will get that rebound.
Tekoju could not control it though.
Oh.
And look at that dive by Abarcar, and he gets hit in the face.
They've been going at it, Labing Isa and
Oh, that
Francis Abarcar.
could get Labing Isa ejected from the game.
You know what? You were telling me a story earlier about his temperament. I think a lot of the guys know that. No, that's why they're
trying to get
him out of his game. Talking about Francis Abarcar, but I like it. He's still playing it cool. He's
Right.
walked to the free throw line. He had a little bit of words for Labing Isa, but
Luckily for Labing Isa, that was just assessed as a normal flagrant foul that
Uh-huh.
could usually get you ejected from a game. And Munsayak goes over to apologize on behalf of his teammate.
it looks like it's the other way around. It looks like Cedric Labing Isa is the one who's kind of losing his cool.
Right. Well, Labing Isa, they're losing the game. That's why. Because Labing Isa has been playing very, very well. You can take a look at the coaching staff here of UP. Pochuino, the assistant to Moriah Gingerich. Espanola on the inbound now to
Oops, line
Sablan. He
ball.
stepped on the line. So it is 65 to 55 for Quezon City UP. Away from the ball, Afable and Yap get entangled. You know, for some of these players who are the more veterans, like more veteran in the game, like Afable, John Montemayor, it's very, very difficult to be going up against these youngsters, and you don't know how you retaliate against them. You don't know how to size them up because they're so young,
They're still not stopping Afable
Right.
and Charles Yap.
and they're so young that you're thinking that if I retaliate against this kid, kawawa naman.
Correct. But of course, they're losing the game, so it's
Yeah.
a different story
Yeah, that's
altogether.
right. That's right. Labing Isa on the floater, yes. Cedric Labing Isa cuts it down to a single-figure advantage now for Quezon City UP. Here's the man of the hour,
Yes.
Abarcar, 30 points in the game.
Wow.
Abarcar now being watched by Pineda. Fakes, goes inside to Sablan. Sablan bothered that time by Afable. And last touch on Raymart Sablan, but he gets a big applause from former PBA center Edward Wino.
An 8-point lead coming on to 3.5, Noel,
That's right.
for UP. Oops, that's
That's going to be a foul.
yes.
Obviously, as Yap's arm went down, Charles Yap will now send Billy Afable to the free throw line. That is
Charles
it for
Yap.
Charles Yap, though. He's gone. 5 fouls. Gave them all up in the line of duty. No useless foul
Yes,
given up.
exactly. I think he played
Yeah.
very well. But not a lot of points, but you see him get rebounds. He got loose balls, trying to stop the 6'5" Afable and the other big guys of Wangs.
Afable is stopping himself. He has missed 5 consecutive free throws now.
1 of 2 of 7, 3 of 8
Yeah.
for Billy Afable.
So he's just canceling out the performance at the line of Raymart Sablan. Abarcar missing. A chance now to inch even closer for Wangs Marikina. Afable bothered that time by Tekoju. Could not get the finish. Espanola in the front court. Munsayak trying to stop him.
Just a nice backcourt between Espanola and Abarcar, no?
Yeah. Well, Espanola is more known as a shooter, but he is actually getting the point guard chores done as well. Top of the key, Romero, yes,
nice.
again!
Very, very nice 18-footer from Paulo Romero. Makes it an 8-point lead for UP.
Make that a 9-point lead here,
Sorry.
partner. 67 to 58. As we have a timeout called by Coach Pablo Lucas. We will be right back. Stay with us. Biggest lead of the game posted by Wangs Marikina was 11 points at 26-15, and this is the biggest lead, or earlier was the biggest lead of UP. They had a 10-point lead. We'd like to thank our friends for watching, and everybody here, please connect to FBA Connect on Twitter. In the meantime, Tekoju
Trying to stand this ground there against Pineda.
That's number 4.
Pineda hit the floor hard that time, partner.
Right. Well, Tekoju just picked up his 4th foul. He's seen a lot more playing time here in the second half than he did in the first half. As Sam Razon will check back in for Billy Afable for the final 2 and 39 of this contest.
Bigs of Wangs not really able to flex their muscles against the much thinner, bigger frontliners of UP, no?
But again, it's just a gang defense being played by the Maroons.
Very good team concept by Coach Gingrich and Coach Pochuino.
So it is now just a 7-point lead for UP. This is still a lot of time. 2.5 to play. Abakar! 33 points in the game!
Idol jump fancy, oh? Yeah, Abakar's good.
Munsayak before the shot. Both teams are actually in the penalty anyway. Foul on Abarkar, but how about that? Francis Abarkar lighting it up today. This is a career high 33 points. How many three-pointers has he shot, partner? Does he have like 4 or 5 three-pointers in the game? 4 three-point shots.
Total 33 points for Francis Abarkar.
Munsayak makes good on his first free throw as Wangs is still kicking with 2 and 20 remaining in the game. 2 for 2 for Francis Munsayak. The lead is 8 points. Abarkar gets it over. Batad. Abarkar steps back over to Romero. Romero the running hook shot. No. Battle for the rebound. Picked up by who? Romero gets it. And a foul on Romero.
Nakakatuwa itong UP team na to.
That's right. This is Team B.
Galing. Just organized. Very nice ball movement. Just doing their jobs. The bigs just getting boards.
Well, credit has to go to Mariah Gingerich and Coach
this
Wino.
guy, Mr. Wino. Shock Troopers Romero and Charles Yap just doing their jobs.
And I like their combination because you have a very, very young Mariah Gingerich who has just been recently on the floor, and you have a very, very experienced Coach Wino who's seen
very
it all
old.
before.
Joke lang.
I was gonna let you say that. And Montemayor, people are gonna start thinking that he's actually older than you, which is not true.
It's not true. I'm older than him. Plus pag nakikita lang kami dyan, Alaska, kuya,
right.
ikaw ang kuya, ikaw ang kuya.
And again, they will send Abarkar to the free throw line. Boy, 33 points in the game.
Wild free throw, 6 of 7. Helping pa on the rebound, 7 boards for this gentleman right here, Francis Abarkar. And he continues with under 2 minutes here, my friend. That's 34 points in total. Another free throw coming up.
And, again, if you didn't catch this guy in high school, you missed a lot. This guy put up a show every time that he played in high school for the San Pedro Red Cups.
Very interesting talent.
Here's Labing Isa. Munsayak. They still have a chance here, but they have to move. And before the shot, Abarkar will be called for a foul. And goes over to Mariah Gingerich and says, I didn't do anything. That's number 4 on Abarkar. Munsayak has been almost automatic from the free throw line. Again, trying to think of that Monretaga, not even Jack Santiago. It's like more this Monretaga that I see in this kid.
There's a San Sebastian player I'm trying to think of his name. It's something like in the same mold of Munsayak.
It's going to be Jasper Ocampo or something like that.
Somewhere there.
Here's Batad now into the front court. Lost the ball, Tekoju. They do have time on their side, so they can start wasting some seconds here.
Razon didn't even move when Batad slammed into
Right. Tekoju missing. And Razon tracks it down.
Sorry,
Still
Razon.
a chance. This is still a chance here for Wangs. They need a quick basket. They're only down by 6. Labing Isa thinking 3. Labing Isa on the drive. Gets it out. Pineda for 3. No. Battle for the rebound. Montemayor, the lead is 4 and possibly even 3.
This is what we were waiting for since the opening tip. Now these big guys.
Now they're becoming a factor because Tecoju's got 4 fouls. Really can't do much defensively now. And can't even box out John Montemayor this time.
Could have done a lot of sealing and a lot of low posting for these big guys. We mentioned 3 wide bodies, 6'5", 6'6".
Montemayor gets the offensive rebound and gets back to the free throw line.
Anybody's ball game, my friend.
And Munsay make that Abarcare screaming at Sablan, you missed your defensive assignment. So John Montemayor back at the free throw line.
So 6 points and 9 rebounds for this guy. John Montemayor can add to his production right here. Couple free throws for him. There it is.
Good on his first. That trims the lead down to 3. This is still a lot of time, 1 minute and 1.
Interesting how these young boys will be able to sustain. Oh, there goes
Monsayak.
again.
That's a good call, though.
Yeah.
Monsayak tried to get the ball away from Romero, so we troop to the other side now for free throws.
I was about to say, but I see Pochuino already telling Romero, as soon as you get that ball, you pull it to your chest. And Pochuino knows what to do with it, and that's what he's telling this young boy. Romero gets fouled, though. 2 free throws for him.
Paulo Romero has been hitting jump shot after jump shot. You like to see that in your power forward. He's got a great stroke.
No.
Makes good on his first.
Love the job that him and Charles Yap are doing.
4-point lead now. It's a 2-possession game. 5-point lead. Very steady performance by Paulo Romero, the 21-year-old from UP. Now we have a timeout here called by Pablo Lucas. So now let's assess what Wangs needs to do in the final 59.4. Jolly Escobar. Of course, they don't need the 3-point shot yet, but they need a quick basket.
Cedric Labing Isa, Munsayak doing a very good job sa pagtitimon or bring down, facilitating. We were talking about them dropping the ball to the big guys, looking for some steals, but now John Montemayor showing us some nice offensive boards, some nice putbacks, very steady from the free throw line. Only a 5-point ball game, but a very, very pesky UP team is right there. Very interesting to see under a minute if they will be able to sustain. Real test of character, especially for these young boys. Under a minute, they have a 5-point lead. Let's see, partner.
And of course, for Wangs, not only do they need a quick basket, but if there's an open 3, they can elect to take that. But they need to be very patient. This is a lot of time. It is only a 2-possession lead for the University of the Philippines.
Sayang si John Ragasan, they were not able to utilize his 3-point
he had his few attempts, but how about Francis Munsayak going 0 for 6 from 3-point range? I mean, this guy can shoot it. It just hasn't been his day. Timeouts remaining. UP's got 2 left.
Cedric Labing Isa will be the other option from the outside.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, Labing Isa has it now. Gets it over to Munsayak. Munsayak breaks free. Munsayak on the drive. Munsayak could have had a dribbling violation there.
Looked like double dribble from Munsayak.
But they will lose possession. UP will get it back. 47 seconds. And a timeout called by Moriah Gingerich. So once again, we will hang on. As Coach Gingerich, it's kind of hard to say Coach Gingerich. Just last year, he was still playing.
Okay.
He had just finished his career as a collegiate player, but now he's transitioned to coach. Now let's see what Pablo Lucas have to say.
Big man to say big man, small man, switch on. Then, hindi natin nakuha. Hindi natin nakuha, pwede tayong big foul, no? Pwede. Pero piliin nyo, maging shooter na siya. Pare, walang mawawala. Subok tayo.
Trying to look around if Mr. Alex Wang is in the building. Apparently he's not in the building, but again, it's still early in the season. If Wang's Marikina goes on to lose this one, there's going to be a lot of lessons. And
that's correct.
A lot of people are saying you learn more from your losses than you do from your wins. But I guess in the case of both, if UP wins this one, they learn a lot as well.
Like how Coach Pablo Lucas was telling the guys to just stay with it. Walang mawawala. Just stay with it. 47 seconds. Stick together.
Tekoju on the late pass to Sablan, who is fouled. If the pass was late, so was the defense there. And Labing Isa is gone. So that'll do it. That'll bring in Ragasa now. Oh, check that. They're going with Pascual.
Pascual can bury it from the three-point area as well.
Yep, he's had 2 in this game.
3 of 8 from the free throw line will be tested. Raymart Sablan, 3 of 9.
That's something he will need to work on with Moriah Gingerich.
Well, luckily they have a 2-possession advantage here. 5-point lead for UP.
And he splits it. Still a 2-possession game. In the meantime, substitution. Santos will check back in.
It's a very, very interesting team suddenly. This
Well,
UP team, this young UP team coached by Coach Gingrich and Coach Pochuino. Very
Monsayak.
organized.
Now they need a 3. Monsayak misses again. 0 for 7 from beyond the arc for Francis Monsayak.
Call this an upset if UP goes on to win this game, my friend. It's sort of like an upset because this Wangs team are veterans.
Santos will foul Abarcar. And Abarcar can add to his 35 points.
Wow. I remember seeing John Montemayor in the UNTV Basketball League.
And from the PBA League as well. And Abarcar with a rare miss from the free throw line. 35 in the game.
This evening, no?
Right.
It's just 5-10.
36 points, a career high in what could be a win for UP. Tekoju. And Montemayor for 3. Nope. Rebound picked up now by Romero. He is trapped in the backcourt. And Abarcar will hang on to it now. And he has fouled. Tried to avoid getting fouled.
This is the shooter that Coach Pablo Lucas was saying to not foul, but smartly UP gets the ball in his hands, talking about Francis Abarcar.
Ragasa will now have to replace Jay Pascual, who has fouled out of this game. So Abarcar gets to the free throw line. 36 total in the game.
Make that
37.
Wow, almost 40, my friend.
Right.
This kid.
Of course, the record in the league is held by Levy Hernandez at 41. 38 in the game. And that'll do it for him. Abarcar is replaced with 15 seconds remaining.
My goodness.
With a 38-point performance, which is a new season high, or a new conference high.
Papa Pochuino will feed him a big fat steak later.
0 of 8 for Francis Monsayak from beyond the arc. And Lionel Tekoju will fall out of this game. All right, so 5 fouls now for Tekoju. Checking back in the game will be Rich Mantua.
I was wrong, my friend. I gave an advantage to this Wangs team, but well, that's basketball, then, like they say.
That's true. I mean, Wangs had everything in their favor: experience, height.
But just a very nice team game, team concept for this young UP team. No.
And one more timeout will be called here by the Maroons. Moriah Gingerich, of course, would like to map out something that they could use in the future with 11.3 seconds remaining. And of course, there is a quotient factor as well in this league. So even if it's already a 1-ball game here for UP, they must score. And just to make sure that everything will work in their favor in case there will be ties later on. Of course, if they go on to beat, and they're 11.3 seconds away from beating Marikina Wangs, and eventually they get tied with Marikina Wangs and another team, the points that they have against Marikina Wangs will now work in their favor.
Okay.
So that is something that, the quotient system, I'm not a fan of it, but it's really, because in my opinion, a 1-ball game is a 1-ball game.
Yes.
You just dribble out the time.
That's correct.
Now that you really have to score again just to ensure the quotient, it sort of takes away from the gentlemanly side of the game. But again, rules are rules, and This is the strategy. And you can see some of
Get
the friends of Jolly Escobar have made it here as well.
Good evening.
78 to 70.
If you didn't have any coaching system, you would just spread the floor and
dribble it out. And I think Romero is just thinking, all right, let's not do this anymore. That's a gentlemanly act. Again, University of the Philippines, Quezon City, pulling off the upset victory against the Wangs.